Operation Market Garden, launched in September 1944, was one of the most ambitious Allied offensive of World War II. It aimed to secure a swift end to the war by capturing key bridges across the Netherlands and penetrating deep into Germany's industrial heart, the Ruhr. The operation combined airborne assaults with rapid ground advances, making it a bold but risky endeavor. By late 1944, the Allies had achieved significant victories, including the liberation of Paris and much of France, and had pushed German forces back toward their borders. However, the German army still posed a substantial threat, particularly in the Netherlands, where their defenses remained robust. The Allies faced logistical challenges, with overstretched supply lines and fierce German resistance slowing their progress. Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, one of the leading Allied commanders, proposed Operation Market Garden as a bold strategy to outflank the German defensive by capturing key bridges and establishing a corridor for an armored thrust into the Ruhr. The operation consisted of two main components. Market, the largest airborne assault in history, involving the US 101st Airborne Division, US 82nd Airborne Division, and British 1st Airborne Division, supported by the Polish 1st Independent Parachute Brigade. Their task was to capture and hold key bridges along a 64-mile corridor. Garden, a ground offensive led by the British 30th Corps, which would advance along the corridor secured by the airborne troops, linking up with them and pushing into Germany. The key Allied commanders included Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, overall command of the operation, Lieutenant General Frederick Browning, commanding the airborne forces, who famously remarked, "I think we might be going a bridge too far, foreseeing the challenges ahead," and Lieutenant General Brian Horrocks, commanding 30th Corps. The German High Command, under Field Marshal Walter Model, was responsible for defending the region. Model, often referred to as Hitler's fireman for his skill in crisis management, quickly organized a cohesive response to the Allied assault. Additional key German commanders included General Wilhelm Dietrich, commanding the 2nd SS Panzerkorps, which included the 9th and 10th SS Panzer Divisions, known as the Hohenstaufen and Frundsberg divisions respectively, General Kurt Student, overseeing the Fallschirmjäger or paratrooper units in the area, and General Lieutenant Heinz Harmel, commander of the 10th SS Panzer Division, a critical component in the defense of Arnhem. The German forces defending the Netherlands were a mix of elite and ad hoc units. 9th and 10th SS Panzer Divisions. These divisions were battle-hardened and equipped with Panther tanks and other heavy weaponry. Fallschirmjäger regiments, experienced German paratroopers, many of whom had fought in previous campaigns in the Mediterranean and on the Eastern Front. Wehrmacht infantry divisions, units such as the 406th Infantry Division and 59th Infantry Division provided additional manpower, though their quality varied. In training and reserve battalions, these included hastily assembled troops for nearby depots and schools, often equipped with older or captured equipment. The Allied forces, on the other hand, represented a highly coordinated multinational effort. The 101st Airborne Division, the Screaming Eagles, were tasked with capturing bridges near Eindhoven and securing the southern sector of the corridor. The 82nd Airborne Division, all American, were responsible for capturing the bridges at Grave and Nijmegen, as well as securing the high ground near Grootebeek. The British 1st Airborne Division, the Red Devils, were assigned the critical objective of capturing the bridge at Arnhem and holding it until relieved by the 30th Corps. The Polish 1st Independent Parachute Brigade, led by Major General Stanislaw Sosabowski, they were to provide reinforcements for the British 1st Airborne Division. And finally, the 30th Corps, equipped with Sherman tanks and supported by artillery, engineers and infantry, they were the spearhead of the ground advance. Despite the ambitious nature of the plan, several commanders harbored doubts. Lieutenant General Browning, in particular, expressed concerns about the feasibility of holding all the objectives, coining the now famous phrase, "a bridge too far." Others question whether the operation's success relied too heavily on precise timing, good weather, and minimal German resistance, factors that were far from guaranteed. Day 1, Sunday, September 17th, 1944. The operation began with a massive airborne assault. Thousands of paratroopers from the 101st, 82nd and 1st Airborne Divisions descending on drop zones across the Netherlands. The weather was initially favorable, allowing for a relatively smooth deployment. The 101st Airborne Division secured the bridges at Sonn and Wegel, but the bridge at Sonn was destroyed by German forces, delaying the advance of 30th Corps. The 82nd Airborne Division captured the bridge at Grave and began engaging German forces around Nijmegen. However, the main road bridge at Nijmegen remained under German control. The 1st Airborne Division at Arnhem faced fierce resistance from elements of the 9th and 10th SS Panzer Divisions. The British managed to secure the northern end of the bridge, but were heavily outnumbered. German forces, caught off guard, quickly mobilized. The 2nd SS Panzerkorps, under General Wilhelm Dietrich, began organizing counterattacks. Heavy fighting erupted along what would be later called the Hell's Highway, as German units targeted the vital supply route. Day 2, Monday, September 18th, 1944. Cloudy weather hindered resupply efforts for the airborne troops. German reinforcements, including units from the 10th SS Panzer Division, intensified their attacks. The Screaming Eagles continued to secure their sector, repelling German counterattacks. The All-American launched an assault on the Nijmegen Bridge but faced stiff resistance from German Fallschirmjäger and Wehrmacht units. The 1st Airborne at Arnhem, well, there the situation deteriorated. Communications were disrupted and their perimeter began to shrink under relentless German pressure. Day 3, Tuesday, September 19th, 1944. Rain and low visibility further complicated Allied operations. The road leading to Arnhem, later nicknamed Hell's Highway, was under constant German attack disrupting the advance of 30th Corps. The 101st Airborne fought to keep the corridor open, facing attacks from German infantry and tanks. The 82nd Airborne made little progress at Nijmegen, as the Germans had fortified their positions. At Arnhem, the British forces were cut off, and their situation grew increasingly dire. Among their defenders, tales of extraordinary bravery began to emerge, such as soldiers using piers and boats to make desperate crossings of the Rhine under heavy fire. Day 4. Wednesday, September 20th, 1944. A daring river assault by the 82nd Airborne, supported by 30th Corps, finally secured the Nijmegen Bridge. However, delays meant that the 30th Corps could not reach Arnhem in time to relieve the 1st Airborne. At Arnhem, the British defenders were overwhelmed. The 9th and 10th SS Panzer divisions, supported by artillery and infantry, tightened their grip on the city. The local weather had shifted to intermittent rain, making it difficult for Allied air support to intervene effectively. Day 5. Thursday, September 21st, 1944. Heavy rain continued to bog down operations. On this day, the Polish 1st Independent Parachute Brigade, delayed by poor weather and logistical challenges, finally entered the fray. Dropped near Driel, across the Rhine from Arnhem, the Polish troops fought valiantly to retrieve the besieged 1st Airborne Division, but were unable to break through the German defenses. The German forces, now reinforced by additional Wehrmacht units and artillery, maintained their grip on the battlefield. The Poles and British coordinated a series of desperate counterattacks, but the odds remained stacked against them. Day 6, Friday, September the 22nd, 1944, to Sunday, September the 24th, 1944. The remnants of the 1st Airborne Division held out in Osterbeek, west of Arnhem, but their position was untenable. The weather alternated between heavy rain and brief clear spells, hampering resupply efforts and air support. Over the next few days, they were gradually pushed back. On September 25th, Operation Berlin was launched to evacuate the surviving paratroopers across the Rhine. Out of approximately 10,000 troops, only 2,000 managed to escape. On overall, Operation Market Garden demonstrated the potential and limitations of airborne warfare. While the Allies achieved some tactical success, including the capture of key bridges, the operation ultimately failed to secure its strategic objectives. The ambitious plan was hampered by logistical issues, fierce German resistance, and unfavorable weather conditions. The sacrifice of the airborne troops, particularly the British 1st Airborne Division, remains a testament to their courage and determination. Market Garden delayed the Allied advance into Germany, prolonging the war, but also providing valuable lessons for future operations. Its events have since been immortalized, with the operation serving as the basis for the book and movie A Bridge Too Far. This phrase, rooted in the skepticism of the operation's feasibility, underscores the enduring complexity and human cost of one of World War II's most dramatic battles.